80% of Season 1 of Rise of Galvatron is retconned. Now, this has been in effect for quite a while. I'd say since 2018, this has been in effect. Considering I've been ignoring a whole bunch of shit from Season 1, like Overlord being hyped up as the second big bad, or, yeah, just like a bunch of stuff I was hyping up that has not happened and will not happen, because I just choose to ignore it. Um, yeah. So, I also really procrastinated on making this video because honestly, this is just gonna be swept under the rug, and I don't think a lot of people are gonna watch it. And I honestly didn't know how to explain it because it's not as simple as, oh yes, 80% of the first season is retconned. It's not as easy as that. And if you're wondering, Rise of, because if you might be a fuckhead, I'm just kidding, but like, no, I'm not. 80% of the first season, which is Rise of Galvatron, which is the precursor to Rise of the Autobots, my recent um, Transformers series. So yeah, but Rise of Galvatron came out first. So Rise of the Autobots is the sequel series, in case you didn't know. So yeah, the first season of Rise of Galvatron is complete ass, and I didn't know how to explain it apart from being like, oh yeah, 80% of it is not canon. So I didn't know how to do it until a friend named Columbus Prime, um, Colin as I call him, he basically brought up to me that it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, if people start being like, oh wait, why is this character here? I thought he was, why are they saying that this character has been seen in multiple years? I thought he was in season 1. Then I can just tell those people, go fuck yourself, go watch this video. So yeah, that's definitely something I can do. So that got me in the mood to make this video with this 3-minute intro that is way too long. Anyway, so I got it written down about all the stuff. So yeah, basically it's like the main events that are canon. Everything else is fucking retconned. So I'll read it off to you right now. So, this is all that's still canon. Megatron was killed in his last battle with Optimus, which resulted in the war officially ending. Starscream then took over leadership of the Decepticons, and a truce was made between the Autobots and the Decepticons. Those Decepticons who were still loyal to Megatron, even in death, were exiled. These Decepticons included Shockwave, Dreadwing, Skywarp, Dragstrip, and Shockwave, and etc., because, there's more. Later on, the Autobots were captured by Shockwave's group, and interrogated. To give away the position of Megatron's dead corpse so they could reanimate him, the end result was Optimus refusing to give away the position and Bumblebee being executed by Shockwave. Adding on to Optimus's PTSD, because if people don't know, my Optimus has PTSD. Now that right there, that is the only time Shockwave is officially canon in the first season, because he's like all over the first season, but I am so embarrassed by my portrayal of Shockwave. I hate how I did Shockwave in that first season, so officially, Shockwave, whenever he reappears, that's going to be the first time he appears in several decades, okay? So the last time he's been seen is when he kills Bumblebee in that one flashback in Season 1. So that's officially the only time Shockwave has ever appeared. Everything else was retconned. 50 years later, 50 years later have passed, or 50 years have passed after this. The truce is still on between the Autobots and the Decepticons, and the Autobots are still hunting down remnants of Megatron's army. So basically the people that are still loyal to Megs even in death. Then Skywarp and Dreadwing successfully find Megatron's body, because, they've been looking for it for like several decades. Megatron's corpse, and reanimate him with Dark Energon. Megatron then proceeds to give himself a new form and renames himself Galvatron, along with upgrading the other two. The three of them then went to Earth, consoled with some of the Megatron loyalists that consisted of Soundwave and Dreadwing, along with Fracture, who was just there at the time. Galvatron then finds out about Starscream. He overthrows him and kills him. Galvatron has returned as the leader of the Decepticons. He later has a short encounter with Unicron. He attacks the Autobot base and kills a few Autobots. He then attacks it again and kills countless Autobots. He is then on the verge of exacting his revenge upon Optimus, right before being stopped by Bumblebee, who was revealed to be alive and a bounty hunter at this point, because he's been reanimated with Dark Energon. But he still refuses to reveal himself to the rest of the Autobots, because, that's in Season 2 when he reveals himself to be alive. The Decepticons escape, and Optimus sends out a message to incoming Autobots to not come to Earth. And there you have Season 1. Now, that might be a lot for you to take in, but really, honestly, I could have made this as simple as, it's 50 years after Megatron and Optimus, fought, and Megatron died in the battle. It's 50 years later. There's a truce between the Autobots and Decepticons, but Decepticons who still follow Megatron are exiled. The Autobots hunt them down. Megatron comes back as Galvatron and kills a fuckload of Autobots, and that's just the setting, and it leads into Season 2. It's really as simple as that. Fucking Megatron comes back, kills a bunch of Autobots. That's pretty much it. But, you see, I have to make this because people would ask, what parts? So that's, more specific, right? What I just read now is more specific. And, yeah, so that's pretty much all the shit that is still canon in Season 1. So, yeah, Overlord appearing, never happened. Shockwave appearing in the main events, never happened, apart from that one flashback where he kills Bumblebee. So there's a bunch of shit that's not canon in this. I'm sorry, but it's not canon. So you can hate all you want, but I hate my first season so much. I had no script. That's the biggest problem. I had no script. Even the first half of Season 2 had absolutely no script. I just thought of it as I went on. Now, obviously, I write scripts, but back then I didn't. So, yeah. That's that. So I hope you somewhat enjoyed this. And this is Red Hood Prime TF signing out. This is so gonna get swept under the rug, but fuck it. Bye.